Death be not proud.
Thanks, Guy. How many of you think that high-quality health care should be made available to everybody, regardless of income or ability to pay? Show of hands. You're all wrong. Rich people stay healthy. Poor people get sick and die. That's natural selection.
Well, all right, you ignorant pigs, put down your crack pipes into your beer bongs. It's time for the Holy Divers Show. And to my Japanese viewers, Genki Kai Minamuchi Buddha Yakabutsu wa Yamedo Ima Jikan Holy Diver Show Desu. Today's show, we have our categories: the Hog Hunt, boxing, why, finishing loose end projects, special thanks to DM James and Tabletop Generals, and a showcase of loose end projects. So for the first time in 20 years, I went hunting. I've been deer hunting when I was 14, got my first deer the second day using a bow. And then I went on a rifle hunt, got a deer when I was like 17, 18. So bleeping long ago I can barely remember. But I got the itch again to go hunting. And on a hunt, there are no guarantees. It's a lot like fishing. You might not catch anything, and you also, most importantly, might not see anything. No cell phone service, but Randy the Axe Man, he made it easy. So we would sit there sometimes and we'd talk about Kings of War while we were on the hunt. So that did pass the time. And going hard in the woods when it's cold and everything for 3 hours, it gets a little dicey when there's no cell phone service. It's really good to disconnect, you know. By way of comparison, why did I choose to go hunting? Why did I do that? I wanted to get up off of the couch, because if I didn't go hunting, I'd just be lifting weights, coming home at the end of the day after work, painting some miniatures, watching TV, and going to bed. I needed to get out of that grind of dying slowly.
So one thing I can't get over is just how green this place is. So I came down into this little holler area here because we saw a pig up on the ridge. I thought maybe I could zigzag and cut him off, but I'm overwhelmed by how just green and growing this place is. It's beautiful, and this is why you get out, instead of waste away in a basement somewhere. So these are it right here, and I was right. They zigzag across that river, and this is where I picked them up. This is the first tracks I've seen right here of what I'm actually looking for. Kind of neat. So I'm gonna go up a little bit more, probably another 10-15 yards, sit for a minute, go back down, get ready to go into the blind. I just wanted a good look around. Haven't taken off the trail. Looks like it zigzags back down towards the main one, and that's where I'm gonna go. Other than that, it's just everything's really nice out here. Like, still, even when it's like wet and muddy, it's all really nice.
Yes, I went hunting for sport. Yes, it was for sport. I wanted to see if I could indiscriminately pull the trigger on something. Put the jelly on the mother bleeping sandwich. Do it. Spread it. I did it for sport. I did it because I could. And if you don't like that answer, well, you can bleep off and on. I wanted to prove to myself that I was still alive, that I could do this, and this is something that every man should do. He should learn how to hunt. He should know how to hunt. He should have a gun, a rifle, and he should do it from time to time, because it's a very humbling experience, and it's a very manly endeavor. So first day out, we didn't see anything. We came in, I walked up the trail a little ways, didn't see anything. Came back down, we sat in the blind, dead night. Second day, we heard him, but we didn't see him. And that hog came in for just a second before it was chased off by the dog. And the whole time, my friend Randy's like, shoot the piglet, shoot the piglet, shoot the piglet. He had some bloodlust. And I put the safety back on the gun. And I'm like, I think that's your dog. And sure enough, it was his dog. I demonstrated mastery and proficiency in trigger discipline. I'm sure all you
proper blokes out there in the UK who don't have any hunting rifles or gun rights are like, well, Americans are trigger happy. What do they know?
No, I am not trigger happy. I did not let the bloodlust take me that day, and I didn't shoot his dog. So, you know, I exercised trigger discipline. I got an extra day out in Tennessee. We went hunting again, and lo and behold, a sow and a piglet showed up, and I just remember just sitting there with the rifle. No, boom! Pulled the trigger. Pig immediately went down. Shot it right behind the head. Felt no pain, and we didn't even have to finish it off. It was pretty quick, and then he was like, shoot the piglet, shoot the piglet. I didn't have the heart to shoot the piglet, so I shot above its head, and it ran off. And then later, Junior latched onto a boar. The piglet had a big old set of balls. It was old enough to be on its own, but yes, I did it. I wanted to see if I was alive, you know, and I've got no regrets. And then we had to clean the animal, gut it and skin it, and process that for food. And this is a very stoic male thing. You go back 120 years ago, every man in the United States had to know how to skin an animal for food. It was a part of your daily life. It was like getting up in the morning, your dad would probably say, hey, you and your sister finish cleaning that hog so we have dinner tonight. And we quartered it for meat, we processed the game, and Randy demonstrated his mastery and proficiency at cleaning cleaning big game animals to me. And I was asking a lot of dumb questions, and it was okay. It was okay because he was passing on knowledge to a younger guy, and that's the circle of life. All right, that is true stoicism. You don't have a lot of that anymore. And the guy, he treated me like I was his son. And I just want to thank him again. And he passed that knowledge on to me. And I came back from the trip a brand new man, a little wiser, a little more appreciative of where my food comes from and what it actually takes to put meat on the table. You know, that's very important, manly stuff. I actually recommend that every man should have to clean an animal at least 3, maybe 5 times in his lifetime and process it for meat. You know, because if you do that, you know, you understand where the circle of life comes from, you know, because you go back 120 years ago, we didn't just have just eggs and just tofu and this bullshit lobby about how we need a more just food system for the world out there, you know.
That's what a pussy would say.
Well, that's all I'm going to say about that, you know. And under his guidance, I was able to process that pig, and, you know, he's eating the bacon. It's been pretty good, and, you know, I also got to partake of wild deer jerky, and let me tell you something. Wild bacon is probably the best you're ever going to eat. You can't get anything better than that, you know. And, you know, it's just, you have to do it. And then he showed me other things, like how to zero a rifle. What gun am I going to choose? We did some target practice. I even got to fire a few guns while I was up there. I got to fire an M1 Garand, Korean War issue. And it was just a real good experience. I figure, strange thing is, I favor the 308 Winchester over the AR-15 platform. I thought the AR-15 was a little heavy to hold and a little clumsy. You know, I like the 308, and you know, when you're hunting and you have to be out there at night, you really just take in the experience. It was cold as hell that night, and you know, the moment I hit that pig, I perked right up. I started yelling and hollering, just woo, like the nature boy, you know. And that's life. That's just, you know, something that you need to do, you know. Just, you know, you got, I mean, whether you do it for sport or you do it for food or something like that, a guy needs to do that kind of shit once in a while. Because, you know, dying slowly on a couch or dying slowly in a basement, it sucks, you know. And, you know, would I do it again? You bet your ass. Do I have a rifle hunting license this year? Absolutely. Am I going to do it again? Hopefully. And that was the Hog Hunt. So going on to boxing, I got a quick little video for you.
So this is week 1, round 7 with Asian Chad. Now, you're going to watch me back off here. There's a lot of cowardness on my end. I don't want to get punched in the face. He's not hitting me that hard, but his punches are just so fluid. I'm just like, no, get away. I'm backing off, a little bit of cowardness. I can't even get close to him. He's completely calm the entire time. I really wouldn't wish him to punch me at full speed at all. And let's see if I can even get him here. He's coming close. You don't wear helmets, so I've been told, because they want you to move your head around. You got to learn how to move your head around, and that's really, really important. And so in this 2-minute round, he's just going to go to town on my body. He's going to go to town on my head. I'm going to do everything I can to stay away from him. Again, this is me and Bo going at it for probably the 6th time that night. So we're both sweaty. We're both tired. He loves this stuff, by the way. Bo loves this stuff. I don't know what to do. So I'm just blindly throwing punches. And that's when he'll try to charge me with his hands up and just get up on me. There's a good one. He's just getting a piece of me there. You'll notice that my mouth guard is kind of like a football mouth guard. I chose that one specifically because I want that reminder to keep my mouth shut. I have to keep my back teeth pressed down on that thing. Oh, there I am. I'm backing off. A little bit of cowardness.
Hey, you need to grow a sack!
But I love doing this. It just makes you feel like a new man when you're done. You wake up every single morning, you're just, yeah, I did that shit. Oh, there's a good piece of him right there. We're both tired. You can see it in his eyes. You can see it on my face. I'm all old and cracking. Bo's probably 4.5 years younger than I am. He's way good shape, better cardio. He's got that giant scar on his leg. Makes him look like a Street Fighter character. Anyway, this is just week 1. Let's skip over to week 6 and see how we're looking.
Hey, you need to grow a sack!
So here we are, week 6. This is the other side of the gym. There were a lot of people there. So I've learned a lot since then. I'm starting to throw hands with them. I'm not backing off with as much cowardness. And I'm starting to stick and move.
Boy!
The guy puts up his dukes like a total douche.
This is our 5th round that night. There's other people there sparring. The owner of the gym was nice enough to just humor me. Ooh, he got me right there. That was a good one. Here's one for the footage. Bo's real funny like that. Ooh, good exchange there. Nothing I could do to stop him. Backing off. Ooh, he got me with that one. I remembered that one specifically. It knocked my mouth guard halfway out of my mouth. I don't think I get him at all this round at all. But I'm starting to throw punches. Me and Bo go to the gym twice a week. Not this gym, but the weightlifting gym. That other guy in the green shoes is actually a semi-pro. He clocked me in the face, and I about wanted to die. I actually walked into the punch. And that's a 13-year-old kid there. Really good. He's really good. Anyway, let's see if I get him. I don't think I got him once this entire exchange, but I'm not backing off. I'm actually craving it. That's the owner telling me to stay away from the edge. Don't get trapped. I still can't stick him. Bo's a little bit under the weather in this one. He had been there. He probably did 2 more rounds than I did that night. And we're just going to go until the buzzer goes here. 2-minute round. Me and him usually go for 6 when we're at the normal gym just boxing, because at the other gym there's no room to throw kicks. Bo was actually nice enough to donate those shin guards to me. Here I'm really feeling it. I'm just like, my stomach. I'm never going to eat before boxing again. Never going to eat before boxing again. I'm going to see if I can get him here. Go on the offensive. Go on the offensive. No, nothing. Nothing. Anyway, that's the boxing update.
Tent pole. And then this turnbuckle. He looks up and says,
Kiss my ass!
And so why? Why do I do it? You know, I was just sitting there thinking, you know, I come back for more and more, and here I am, 9 weeks in, saying, yeah, I want more of that. He hit me in the jaw so hard on Tuesday, I wanted to die, and then I got up again. And I finished a round. He got distracted by some girl working out behind me, and I clubbed him right in the forehead. And I'd recommend boxing to every single one of my younger viewers out there. Get up off the couch. Get some freaking exercise. Get up early. Go to bed early. Eat the right shit. Lift some weights. You know, it's real easy these days to be so bleeping ugly that you're just a fucking meme. And I mean that in the worst way. Who wants to be weak? Who wants to be weak and ugly? That's so easy. It's like, oh, I'm not even trying anymore. I just want to be weak. It's okay for men to cry. You know, bullshit. You know, the day after I'm done boxing, I wake up in the morning and I look in the mirror and I'm just like, yeah, I did that shit. My jaw aches a little bit, or I got a lump on the head. My breakfast tastes a little bit better. And then I go about my day just thinking about when can I do it again, you know? And it's not about being a tough guy. It's not about being the best of the best of the best. It's about being active. It's about, you know, being fit, you know? You want to be fit. Anyone can be weak. Anyone can be soft, you know? You don't want to end up a meme. So if you're one of my younger viewers out there, you need to get up out of the basement. You need to get up and take up a sport. You need to go hard. You know, and I do. I'm somebody, I go hard every single day. I get up at 5:30. I exercise until 6:30. I shower. I go to work. I come home after 9 hours. And sometimes I'll exercise again. Because I just don't want to waste away on this bench or up there on that couch, you know. There's just so much that you can be doing, you know. And now that it's spring, you know, what should I do? Should I lay on the, you know, should I lay on the couch some more, or should I go explore some of the mountains? And the best thing is, every time you lock horns with another man, it raises your testosterone levels. And that is no bullshit. It raises them. Direct conflict with another man will raise your testosterones. It will completely turn you into a new man. Before you know it, you're like, what should I do? Should I lay on the grass and let him run over me with lawnmowers? Should I climb up the highest building and jump off the top of it? Load the spaceship with the rocket fuel. Let's do this. And it's just the hormone of the gods. You're waking up and your freaking dick is hard like it was in high school, and you're like, whoa, where did that come from? So, you know, you got to get out there. You got to be active. You got to eat right, you know, and it's just, you got to get that rocket fuel in you, you know. There are too many guys out there. They're all limp-wristed, and they're all like, look at me, I'm weak, or I'm trans, or whatever, you know. And you ever wonder why Putin rolled his tanks into Ukraine? Is because all the guys in the UK, France, Germany, and America, they look like Corporal Klinger. Corporal Klinger ain't gonna put up a fight. He's gonna put his head into the sand like an ostrich, and that'll be it, you know? So you gotta get out there and get some physical exercise. And I recommend boxing. If you're under the age of 45, get out there and do it. Nothing bad's gonna happen to you. They got liability issues too, but it's just good fun, and I enjoy it. Next we come to loose end projects. They suck. I hate loose end projects, and you know, for the last couple of months, month and a half, I've been held up on probably, I want to say like 6 models a rebasing job, and a slight repaint job. And, so these flash kits over here, I had to repaint the guns. I had to unify the units so that they look like they belong together. That's one thing I had to do. These Storm Boys over here, I had to put them on 32 millimeter bases so that they would match the rest of the new orcs that I got. I had to sell orcs, old orcs, to make room for the new orcs. I had to paint this House Escher gang for Necromunda because me and my friend are going to play Necromunda because it's great fun. And, it was a side project that I didn't want to do, but, because each girl's kind of a little individual, no two are the same. You really have 10 individual models with the Necromunda stuff, so yeah, nobody being the same. I mean, this girl's got 2 guns, this girl's got a gun and a sword. She's at shoulder arms. They're all different. You got Blondie, Big Red, and it's just, that was a loose end project. It was only 10 models, and it's like I said, if you can't paint 10, you'll have people who buy a full Necromunda gang and they can't even paint 10 models. You spent, $60 to get a gang these days because of inflation, and you can't paint 10 models? It seems like you need to go home and sort your life out, or maybe go join a boxing gym and get your ass kicked for a couple of rounds, and then maybe you'll have a moment of clarity, and put your life in order. And then I painted up a bunch of Macedonian Vitrix guys, and then I missed one. I had to paint up one of them. I started my Macedonian Hypaspists, and I still got 6 command models that I gotta buy and paint for my Macedonians. I had these 2 models that I didn't even need to paint, but I painted them anyway because I own them. And they're garbage models, but they're done now and it's behind me. And now that all these loose ends are gone, I feel like I can actually move forward. I can move forward and start new projects. And the moment this guy was done, this guy right here, he was the last one to be done. The first Hypaspis. He was the last one to be done, the first of 24. The moment he was done, I actually felt good. It is worth it to tie up your loose ends before starting anything else. And when he was done, I broke out a brand new rattle can of black spray paint. I shook it up for 5 minutes, and I primed 3 Macedonian cavalrymen, Scottish cannon, and 5 more flash kits, and that's what I'm going to work on. And these are big projects that I wanted to get to. So I have 10 flash kits, and the reason why I'm painting them is because you pay a premium for Games Workshop models, and you have to get your ducks in a row. So if you buy it or you have it, you had better paint it because it's meaningless for you not to paint it. I mean, everything on eBay is just so crappy these days because the quality of gamer has gone down and denuded to the point where it's just everyone's meta chase, and the stuff that's good isn't going to be good tomorrow, so you might as well throw it out and get something new and sell it on eBay for a loss. And, in the last little, segment where I had to make it its own show, we talked about consumerism in the hobby. I got with a young buck, and I suggest you watch the last Holy Divers show, which didn't ratio very well, by the way. Where the hell were you guys on that one?
I hope you choke on semen, you fucktard! Keep your goddamn game!
And we talked about what it's like to be new in the hobby, and just being completely new in the hobby, and and everything that was wrong with it, because the YouTube channels out there, the Londinian trust funders, and the guys who do the battle reports for a living, they put a lot of shiny up in your face 24/7. The store deeps and the spiky bit geeks, they all put a bunch of shine up in your face 24/7, and they're just basically, calling you stupid, if you don't want to get into the hobby. They're wagging their finger at you or something like that, getting rid of these projects, I had to paint up 3 of these knobs because I had 2 extra knobs. That makes a unit, and it's like, That's all I did this weekend was make sure that every loose end that needed to get done got done. And now I feel 100% relieved. And that gets me another step closer to Project Zero. By the end of the year, I don't want to have anything on my docket. I really don't. I know I always say that. But, before I even started the new org project, I was technically at zero. And then I bought a bunch of shit. And that's not where I want to be, I don't want to be continuously buying new stuff just to have it. I want to make what I have last, and I want to get out and I want to enjoy the games. I want to get out and I want to enjoy life, climb that mountain, because you're only going to be young once, and I don't want to be on my deathbed going, I should have climbed that mountain. I should have shot that pig. Let me tell you about the time I didn't miss that North Korean soldier. And it's short and it goes fast. So it's one thing to have your hobbies, but it's quite another thing to not go out and discover new hobbies. And that's why I'm boxing. That's why I'm hunting, because these things are new. These things are very stoic, And then finally, we come to special thanks to DM James and Tabletop Generals. DM James was nice enough to send me a brand new Oathmark book. He was also nice enough to send me some bolt action stuff and some Battletech stuff, and I promised to put all of it to good use. Very excited about the Sherman tanks, because now I've got a full tank platoon. So the Ranger just better watch out, because he has no idea what's coming. Oh, good. You blew up my one crappy tank? Well, guess what? I've got 4 more, baby. There ain't nothing you can do. Now we enter the real war, where I bury you in people and manufactured products, and no matter how hard you fight, no matter how buff and tough your Germans are, they're gonna lose because they're outnumbered 20-1. So, again, thank you for this Oathmark book. I'm going to put it to good use. Me and the Ranger are going to take a look at it, and we'll just draw from the armies I have around here. I can play you get a gigantic spider. I have no idea what any of this means, but, they've got some really good illustrations in here. This is all some neat stuff. Can't wait to try it out. A lot of the people I've gotten a lot of comments about, have you tried Oathmark? Oathmark this, Oathmark that. So it should, it looks like it runs pretty quick. And, I think 31 pages of rules, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, you've got combat, so a little bit more. Let's take a look real quick. Calculate target number. Getting up there. How many pages here? Over 50 pages of rules, I bet. 51. Ending the game, yeah, 53 pages of rules. So really high quality. Again, thank you. Tabletop Generals, he sent me a guy that looks like the Witchfinder General for ECW, and he also sent me an Alexander on foot model, which looks pretty good. And I promise you it won't go to waste. Maybe I'll have to paint one of the miniatures up on a stream or something like that. But I think this is the good thing about YouTube. I don't think that gamers use YouTube enough as an outlet to loose old miniatures. I reached out to Miller's to see if he wanted some of these old Black Orcs that I have for Old Hammer. I never heard back from him, but that's okay. If he doesn't need them, he doesn't need them. But I'm not going to throw them away. I'm sure somebody else will eventually need them for a project that they're working on. So, especially I think what the future is now is that I think that if you have a YouTube channel or something like that, and you're looking to sell something, I would try asking your audience on YouTube to see if anybody wants it, and then negotiate a price and then sell it on eBay or sell it via PayPal, because you can always open up a case and everything, and just to see if you can offload something old and get something new and keep the circle of life going. Because, the problem with eBay, like I said, is that people will have this 1990s old hammer model with the guy with the hook sword, and he's all like rooting for the home team on the base, going, "Hey, look at me, I got 2 swords for some reason." You know, pose, and he's got puffy cheeks, and it was sculpted by the Perrys when they were in kindergarten, and nobody wants it, but he's gonna try to sell it for £9 and 13 quid to ship and whatever it is. So, you know, I think that in order to keep the circle of life going, yeah, we need to come together as a group, see who wants what and everything, you know. Other than that, I just got some new rigor to do different things for a little while. I'm still gonna do the show. I'm still gonna do battle reports, but getting out to the shooting range, getting out to the archery range, hiking around. Maybe I'll do an episode from the cabin. You know, as for the scary movies, that I have to make a couple more of those and everything and get to it. But other than that, we can go to the showcase and end this show. So here we are from left to right. We've got the Death Dreads and the Flash Gits, not to mention the slight mild repaint that I did for the Storm Boys there in the background. We got the Wall Banner guy. He was just an extra dude. I had a bit. He was a loose end project. These knobs were loose end projects. I had extra knobs I didn't need. I filled out the ranks of my entire boy squad. Now I have weapons choices, such as extra big shooters or extra rocket launchers, you know, and I have 3 units of 20 boys with 2 special weapons. And that's kind of important. It's just amazing how little projects like that, just extra boys, extra knobs, you know, they can just get in your way and they can haunt you, but you need to persevere through them. I think getting through the loose end projects probably more important than finishing a big project, because you kind of feel a bigger weight off of your chest. And, you know, I tell you, these guys, they held me up. These projects, they really gave me hell. They really held me up. I wanted nothing to do with any of these projects whatsoever. Nothing. Absolutely nothing to do with any of them. I was done. I was over it, but I kept going. I'd work little by little. And for the last month and a half, this stuff just, it ground me to a halt, you know. And then there was like 5 Macedonians that I had to paint, just so this phalanx would be full, just so the other phalanx would have the 1 phalanx out of the other 4 would have the 24th man. Then I still need to paint 6 more Macedonian miniatures so that they all have a command, because I only bought 2 command groups. I could have sworn I bought 3, but I don't know what happened to the 3rd one. So I've got a lot of work I got to do, and I just wanted to get these guys on the channel here, because these are the Vitrix ones, and dang, these are some nice models. I mean, they are just tall, proud, 100% intimidating. The Warlord guys look pretty good right next to them. You know, little different poses. But I do favor the Vitrix just a little bit more. If I had bleep you amounts of time, I would be painting up a whole crap ton of these guys. Oh, wow, they are just great, aren't they? And then we have the Poison Frog Gang, led by Blondie and Big Red. Anyway, I decided to make them a bunch of, like, feminists the whole time I was painting them, and I was like, anyway, I have a vagina and a gender science degree. Don't mess with me. You know, I just wanted you to know that I know that you know I have a vagina. And so I'm going to play them as the Poison Frog Feminist Gang. And they have the special power to bitch at you. Well, have you? Oh my God, they're shooting at us. They're shooting at us. What do we do? Have you tried bitching at them? Let me try bitching at them. Maybe they'll stop. And that's the Poison Frog Gang. Other than that, I don't really have much more to say. I just got a little bit of housekeeping. There was a viewer who was talking to me on my last battle report for ECW, Pike and Shot game, about some of the rules and everything, and I hope I was able to answer your questions to the best of my ability. A lot of times, me and the Ranger, we do house rule things, and the way it plays is that, you know, once we get on camera live, the worst thing we can do is stop the game to look up a rule. The worst thing we can do is stop. I don't want to have my audience for more than an hour, 30 minutes max when I'm doing a live battle report. So if I do something wrong on the battle report, I apologize. And I also apologize that it's taking me this long to get back to you with some kind of physical answer. And if we accidentally splice in a Hail Caesar rule, that was probably an accident. In any case, there'll be a horror movie review and another Kings of War battle report in the works. So until I see you again, keep playing, keep fighting, keep painting. Don't forget to go hunting and boxing, and stay metal, my friends.
What is wrong with you people? Afraid to look ugliness in the face? Well, here! Look at it! It's ugly, isn't it? You look at it!
Hello.
You look at it!
Hi.
Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! I want all of you to look at it! That's what a pussy would say.
More of an expert at exposing the moon. Get out of your telescope! See if you find the one crater.